What's up, y'all? Let's do this. Hi guys, welcome to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host, and today, guys, I want to talk about the left's attempt at going after your Second Amendment rights, going after your gun rights in this country. Because it seems to me, ladies and gentlemen, the left is on a warpath to disarming this country. They want to disarm you, and they basically want to make you helpless victims in this country. Because basically, the left believes in victimhood and victim ideology. They really do. Alright? So, before we go any further, guys, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, guys, please consider donating a cup of coffee for me. Because for the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and Cumberland Farms, guys, you guys can help keep this podcast show alive. You guys help me curate more stories, more topics like this to talk about. I do accept Bitcoin donations. I'm also on Locals, guys, if you guys want to support and sponsor this podcast show. If you guys love Nikki's World so much, please hit that like, subscribe, please give me a review, good, bad, and the ugly. And before we get the show on the road, literally, guys, if you guys love this episode and any of my other episodes on Nikki's World, please consider sharing this across all the social media platforms that are out there today. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, alright. I'm on the road. I'm on the way to work. You know how that is. It's another day, you know. It's Monday, by the way, guys, so it's a sucky day to be at work, you know. It does. And I tell you this, not a fan of like working way late into the night on Sunday and then come home, sleep a little, and then have to show my ugly face back at work again. Not a big fan of that, you know. But before we get on the show, I do want to talk about this, guys. I got another job that wants to hire me that pays me like $1 more, but is offering me a $2,500 bonus if I stay with them for a certain amount of time. So I gotta dig some dirt on this company, like get some references, like employee references on this company before I jump ship. But I am going to consider it, and it is something I am going to take a look before I jump in on it, you know? So, anyway, on with the show today, guys. I do want to talk about this article from the Washington Examiner, okay? This article is about where these credit card companies are banding together and are now going to put a code to track gun sales. You know what this means? These credit card companies who are in bed with the woke Democrats and the anti-gun Democrats have banded together to create a list of gun owners in this country, okay? They want to create a list so when it's time to confiscate your guns, they know who to go to. So it seems to me these anti-gun nuts hate the Second Amendment. They hate your right to own a gun, okay? They hate the fact that you can defend yourself. You can defend your home, your property, your livelihood. They hate that. So they're doing all they can to basically disarm you, basically make it harder for you to defend yourself, and at the same time make it much more difficult to basically like carry a gun, essentially. So essentially what these credit card companies are doing is illegal. And if I were every gun owners association, I would file a lawsuit. I would sue the living pants off these credit card companies. I would sue them so much that I'd say this, that by the time the lawsuit printer is done printing the lawsuit, these credit card companies would cave in and say, oh no, we're not doing this anymore because we don't want to be sued and we don't want to have to answer for a lawsuit. Pretty much, man. It's basically discrimination. These anti-gun nuts hate you. They hate law-abiding gun owners who obey the gun laws of the country. They hate you for that. That's why they want to make you a helpless, defenseless victim. They really do. Okay? These anti-gun nuts hate you for owning a gun. Hate you for protecting yourself. They hate you for that. They hate you so much that it's disgusting. It is. It is downright disgusting. Because they hate the fact that you can defend yourself. That, you have a gun that you can defend yourself. And then they make up this mumbo-jumbo statistic saying, if you're a this and this, you mean Lincoln and this and this and this. Well, let me see. To the left, if you want to disarm average American citizens, why don't you disarm criminals first? Try that on criminals. Oh, wait. They don't want to disarm criminals because you know why? They're pandering and catering to criminals. Why do you think these Soros-backed lawyers are letting these criminals run loose? Yeah, why do you think so? And that's going to be another part of the show, guys. Okay? That's going to be another part of the show I'm going to talk about. Alright? Because why do you think these Democrats who are in bed with criminals who want to punish you for defending yourself, but turn around and pander to the criminals who say, it's my right. Well, I tell you what. What about their right to defend themselves? What about their right to be secure at home? What about their right to be secure among themselves? Don't see that. Nope. Yep. So, to me, guys, the anti-gun left, their ultimate aim and goal is they wanna disarm you. They wanna turn America into another UK, to another Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Look at those countries. Those countries, you don't have a right to defend yourself with a gun. You know what I mean? You don't have a right. UK, for example, they make people turn in their knives. Yeah. Is this the path that the left wants America to be? To be more like the UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada? Well, I tell you what, to the anti-gun nuts, if you want to live in a gun-free country, we'll be happy to deport your ass and move you to Canada, Australia, New Zealand, or the UK. We'll be happy to deport your ass over there. In fact, we'll make a trade. We'll make a trade offer. The trade offer would be like this. We'll take their gun-loving, freedom-loving Canadians, and they can take the gun-hating, freedom-hating Americans and move them over to Canada. Yeah. I'd be okay with that trade. I know my listeners would. You know what I mean? I know my listeners would be happy with it. But the fact of the matter is, guys, the anti-gun left hates your ass. That's why they're in cahoots with the credit card companies, because they want to create a list so they know who bought a gun, and they know who to go after and who to confiscate their guns from. Pretty much, guys. Pretty much. That's what the aim of the anti-gun left is. They want to go after legal, law-abiding gun owners because they want to be helpless victims. Okay? They want you to be helpless. They don't want you to defend yourself. So that's why, guys, I say like this. I say this to the left. If you hate guns so much, why don't you get the fuck out of the country? Get the fuck out of America. Okay? If you don't like guns so much, why do you call the cops in the first place? Because cops have guns. Why do these anti-gun nuts, okay? Why do they? This is the funny thing. Why do these anti-gun nuts call the cops all the time? Why do they? Why? It's a good question, folks. It's a good question here. Why do these anti-gun nuts call the cops whenever there's something going on? You know what I mean? I thought they hate guns. You know what I mean? I thought they hate guns. So if these anti-gun nuts all of a sudden have a problem in their neighborhood, all of a sudden the cops shows up with a gun, what do they do? They go like, They probably cry like a little sissy soy boy bitch. Yep. Pretty much, guys. That's why, in my opinion, the anti-gun nut lobby, they're all weak, low testosterone, low estrogen, betas who probably never ate meat, okay? Pretty much. Alright? And I'll say this to y'all. I'll say this. If you have a friend who hates guns so much, ask him what he's gonna do in a home invasion. Is he gonna cave to the criminals and let them rob, beat, rape, murder your ass? If that's that person, I would unfriend them within 2 seconds. Yep, I would. I would unfriend them in 2 seconds. But if it were me, I'd buy a gun. I'd buy a gun to protect my home. I would buy a gun to protect myself. Because look at the crime wave that's going on in this country. Look at the Democrat crime wave that is basically going on. Democrats have enabled criminals to keep committing crimes, and they're paying off prosecutors to look the other way. Yeah. Pretty much, folks. Pretty much. So that's why it's like this, ladies and gentlemen. The anti-gun lobby hates law-abiding gun owners. They really do, guys. It ain't a fucking dirty secret. They hate law-abiding gun owners because they hate the fact that you can defend yourself, and they hate the fact that you're getting in the way of their criminal lobbying group. Pretty much. pretty much, folks, to me, the anti-gun lobby, they need to shove it up where the sun don't shine. And I'll say this, guys. I'll say this. What the anti-gun lobby is doing is they are pushing the people towards cryptocurrency. There's a reason for that. If these credit card companies decide to tag or flag every gun purchase used with their credit card, I'm telling you, you're gonna see people gravitate, migrate, and use cryptocurrency as a form of credit card, as a form of a prepaid credit card. I'm telling you, the anti-gun lobby has not thought this through. They haven't, because when you like want to do this, and then all of a sudden somebody doesn't question them, say, now what? Now what? Well, here's the now what from the conservative, libertarian, freedom-loving, gun-loving side. We just go to cryptocurrency. We just go use like crypto to purchase guns, and crypto can't be tracked. Yeah, that is the funny part of all this, ladies and gentlemen. That is the funniest part of it, is that the left thinks that you can't use credit cards to purchase a gun. We'll track where you buy it. Well, you just pushed that person into the arms of cryptocurrency, and now they're going to use crypto to buy guns and to buy everything, because you can't track their purchases. I just don't know how the left wakes up every morning and thinks, how stupid can they get? How stupid can they be? Any more stupider can they get? I just don't understand the left. I just don't, ladies and gentlemen. They're basically a bunch of like mentally ill nuts, in my opinion. They literally are, guys. They literally are. But I have to wonder. I really have to wonder, guys. Does the left ever think these things through when they want to do stupid shit like this? Do they ever do, guys? Do they ever do? No, because they don't. They've never developed critical thinking skills. They never develop any logic or reasoning, because to them, logic, reasoning, and critical thinking skills are all what? Let's say it. You know what I mean? It's like they think that, it's too much for them. Yeah, they think so. But in my opinion, guys, the anti-gun left, they just don't think these things through. They do not, ladies and gentlemen. They don't. Yeah, I'm sorry to say this. They don't think these things through. They do not ever think of these things. But the one thing I do want to say, guys, is like this. The left is doing this unintended consequence of pushing people into cryptocurrency. Okay? I'm right now in cryptocurrency. I invest, so I don't use it to buy and sell goods, but I use it to invest. Okay? So I invest in cryptocurrency as a way to say, hey, I want to buy it like a stock. So that's what I do. I buy crypto like a stock market, and I trade it like a stock. Okay. Now, if cryptocurrency gets to be mainstream, may use it to buy, sell, trade goods. May use it. You know, they pretty much well use it. But believe me, ladies and gentlemen, believe me, the left is basically pushing people towards crypto, and because they're making it harder and harder for people to use, like, what, credit cards, debit cards to purchase guns, purchase ammo. Well, I tell you what, left. How if you make it harder for people to use like credit cards like Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or AMX, then sooner or later there's going to be another freedom-loving credit card company that's going to be an alternative to it. And I'll tell you this: there's going to be another company, or there's going to be a crypto company that's going to be like, well, we're not going to use whatchamacallit, these companies, but we're going to use gold instead. Yeah, we're going to get to a point where gold's going to be used to buy and trade stuff. I wouldn't be surprised, guys. I would not be surprised. But if you ask me, guys, these anti-gun nuts basically have no power left. They don't, okay? They really, really don't. But anyway, guys, I do want to talk about, like, this article from the New York Post, why the woke has no power. Okay? Basically, to me, I've known that a long time ago. I've known that for eons. The left, the woke left, the cancel culture left has no power. They have no standing power. The only power they have is when people cave into them and hide in the damn foxhole. People like me, we don't give a shit. Because every time we say no to them, it takes their power away. It takes their power and their prestige away from them. It really does. The second you say no to these people, they have no power. They have none. They have nothing. None whatsoever. Not a zilch. Okay? That's why if you want to take away the power of the left, okay? If you want to take away the power of the left, the woke left, just say no to them. That is simple as that. Just say no to woke. And that leads me to that leads me to one. You know how, and I'm going to say this. Any of you guys that grew up in the 80s, like I did, how Ronald Reagan, Nancy Reagan had this message, just say no to drugs. I got one. Just say no to woke. Simple as that. Woke is like a drug. Okay? Woke is like a drug to these people. Alright? And the second you say no to woke, you take away their power. You take away their prestige. You take away their ability to silence you. So I got one way to stop this woke madness. Just say no to woke. Repeat it after me. Just say no to woke. Because the second you say no to them, their power gets zapped. Their power gets disintegrated. It gets wiped off. It's gone. It disappears. So they have no power. They have no say. And they have no ability to basically silence you or make you cave. It's just simple. Look at Joe Rogan. Look at Dave Chappelle. Look at J.K. Rowling. Okay? And look at Netflix. They were able to stand up to the woke mob. They were able to stand up to them and say, no. Simple as that. Once you say no to these people, they cave, they cower, they cry like a little soy bitch. And then you see soy piss spewing all over because they're not getting their damn way. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, pretty much. Okay? That's why it's like this, ladies and gentlemen. You really gotta start using the mantra. Just say no to woke. Because the second you say no to woke, these guys will not be able to do anything. These guys will just cry, cower, and you'll see soy piss spewing all over the floor because you won't cave to them. Yeah. Pretty much, guys. Pretty much. But if you ask me, folks, that is one way to stop this wokeness shit. That is one way to put down this woke crap shit. Yeah. Just say no to woke. It's a pretty powerful message. I would do what Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle, J.K. Rowling, and Netflix. Just say no to these wokeitarians. Okay? They have no power. They have no standing Army, Navy, and Air Force. They don't. They don't. They're basically like soy bitches who think they're big and bad, but when someone tells them no, they cry like a little bitch. Yeah, they really do, guys. That's why it's like this. Just say no to woke. All right. It's as simple as that. Once you say no to these people, these people will cry like soy bitches that they are. Yep, because they have no real power. They think they have power, but their power is imaginary. Okay? Their power is basically imaginary, delusional, and basically made up. Just to puff their chest, thinking like they're all big and bad. It reminds me, guys. It reminds me. I used to live in the housing projects in the 80s. Okay? When I was a young kid. People like this who used to puff their chest, who think they're big and bad and all this shit. I learned this one hard, fast rule. You can say you're all big and bad and all this shit, but once you get punched in the face, you cry like a little bitch that you are. Because you can talk shit, but you can't take shit when you get hit. And that's what I'm seeing with the left today. The left likes to talk shit like they're all big and bad and shit. But once they get punched in the mouth, they cry like a little bitch that they are. Yeah, they cry like the soy bitches that they are. So to me, the woke left, they're little soy bitches who like to talk shit but can't back up the shit. Yeah. Pretty much, guys. Pretty much. Okay? And before we end the show today, guys, and really, guys, before we really end the show, I really want to talk about this court case. I saw this on Getter, okay? I saw this article. I don't know the name of it, where it came from, but this article is interesting. There is a woman with a gun group in New Milford, Connecticut, who is suing the state for violating her gun rights, her constitutional gun rights to owning an assault rifle. Okay? Now, this gun group is using the Bruin standard, which is that case that became part of that new Second Amendment fight, where that case in New York where, where that gun group sued because that New York had like a ridiculously absurd gun law, and that became known as the Bruin standard. Okay, so now, since the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the gun rights group, a lot of gun rights groups have now started to challenge states with tough, restrictive anti-gun laws. Okay, so one, being in Connecticut, they are now suing the state based on the Bruin standard. And the Bruin standard states that, ladies, and I say this, ladies and gentlemen, that, like, you can't basically make laws that are already on the books, that are already that can be enforced with the current laws. Yeah. Basically, the anti-gun left, guys, hate law-abiding gun owners. They really do. They really do, guys. But in Connecticut, they wanted to make it harder to own an AR-15. So now there's a court case about it, and they're going to use the Bruin standard. My bet is like this. The state ain't going to challenge the Bruin standard, because if they do, they'll cave less than 2 seconds, because they'll take it back up to SCOTUS and go, no. They'll say to the states, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do it. You can't. So that's a good thing, because I'll tell you this, if they're able to overturn the assault weapons ban in Connecticut due to the Bruin standard, I'll tell you this right now, a lot of people who want to own AR-15s will once again be able to own AR-15s without being like challenged in court, without being like made to go through so many hoops, so many loopholes and all this, or so many laws in the state. They'll be able to legally own an AR-15 like that. They will. So anyway, guys, I'm here at Cumberland Farms. I want to go get my cup of coffee, okay, especially my iced coffee and my pizza, and then get gas, and then shove my fat carcass ass into work. So thank you for listening to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host. I will see y'all soon. Bye for now. You just listened to an episode of Nikki's World. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.